What's up, you guys? Today I am very excited to be bringing this video because I've been waiting until I felt like I was prepared to have this discussion, and I feel like I have left enough time to pass and also allow people the opportunity to voice their opinion, or in this case type it, and show me their perspective on this matter, and perhaps introduce me to some stuff that I hadn't considered, learn things about why people feel the way they feel, and at the same time let you know if it made my views evolve in any way. This is going to be what I learned from two specific videos, which are my opinion on the interracial relationships and marriages and Serena Williams, how I see life, in my opinion overall as a biracial person. First and foremost, the most important lesson that I learned is just how divided we are on this issue. Honestly, I say that I learned this, but I had known this for the longest time, but actually putting myself out there, putting my opinion out there for the public to find, people actually pouring in their responses, which everything that I read, I considered it to be real. You are not being over dramatic or exaggerating. I assumed that what you posted on a comment was 100% how you felt. Except for the obvious trolls, I took it completely seriously, and I responded to all of the comments that deserved a reply, that really either made me feel like perhaps you're missing what I'm trying to say, or maybe since that was a video that I just made on the spot, I didn't really study for it. I just got up that day and I said, I want to talk about race, because a lot of people were really raining hell upon Serena, and then other people were like me, they felt alright about it. I just wanted to jump into that wagon and just voice my opinion. I'm really glad that I did, because it helped me learn so much on this matter, and like I stated, people are really divided on this matter. And something that I learned was more about the history of why people feel the way they feel on this issue. Particularly users who are older were the most impressive for me, because they lived during the time when the civil rights movement was either taking place or had just ended. That was a period where a lot of changes were taking place, so much important things was happening, and it completely changed the culture of being in this country. Lots of people see it as a good thing, lots of people see it as a bad thing, and I would like to dwell on why people see it more as a bad thing, which between this topic and interacting with some folks who I know, I learned why a little better. And its integration was supposed to be a positive thing, in the sense of, oh yeah, we're all coming together, we're making our differences aside, and we're not going to hate on one another just because of your appearance and whatnot. But at the same time, as much of an ideal situation that is, it couldn't really be implemented, because it turns out that minorities, in this case the black folks, were taken advantage of. In the 1920s or so, they were having their own steady economy and just repairing themselves, because let's face it, nobody wanted to give them any reparations. They just got together with their leaders and they took their skills and talents and created their legacies, and they were seeing a lot of progress. Some people of power, they were not having it. They weren't liking that, so they decided to take that away. All of their progress and building themselves in this land were brought to by force. It was all taken from them. I could see why people would be holding a grudge still and be angry that someone like Serena is getting together with someone who is associated with being a perpetrator of that harmful things done against the community of minorities. You feel betrayed because you want for this person to take her resources and take them back to her community and help her community come back and use her power and influence to have a better life. But at the same time, why are we making this person be responsible for that? It's her life. I forget his name, Beyonce's name. He's not the one who committed those crimes, and a lot of people were saying, oh, that Reddit is a racist website, and as a result he's just a bad influence. Let's face it, everybody is a bad influence. Everybody has done their share of bad deeds. I know I have. I just didn't see a good enough reason to oppose such a relationship. And not only that, the relationship is between the two of them. And in my most honest and brutal opinion, relationships between celebrities, I don't mess with them only because they live such a different world from mine. Their perspective of the world is so different from mine. And I love that. I don't want to feel like I gotta relate to them or like they are representative of what my goal should be. I don't think of them any more or any less than me. They just so happen to be in a position of what people call power, which is money and fame, and all that gives you privileges, and you can afford nice things for yourself and comfort and whatnot. But at the end of the day, if you put us both in a gas chamber, we're going to die. I just cannot visualize that any different. So anytime I hear of a relationship between famous people, I want to think that their relationships are just like the way I treat mine. You're there for this person, you like them, enjoy their company, their support matters to you, they want the best for you, they encourage you, etc., etc. If they do it all because it's a business deal, then we're not the ones to judge them. They're the ones caught in that world. They are the ones who want this for themselves. If we really want serious and great relationships, we look for them. They are not hard to find. It is possible to find relationships that aren't all about the business aspect of it and convenience and things like that. For me, I just don't struggle with this. I've never had this problem, so I guess I'll never understand it, and I may never understand where you guys are coming from with some of your comments, especially the ones about how I'm just not black enough, or how I just haven't been raised in that kind of community to really know about it. And you would be right. I know not too much about it, so I will not see things the way that you do. When I originally posted that video and that opinion, I was not thinking that I knew everything, and that's why I was able to tolerate a lot of your comments, because I love this platform, because I get to express myself. People listen to me, they teach me a different viewpoint that I myself independently, because of the way that I think and perceive the world, would not have accomplished. I love that. It's a beautiful thing that we have a different opinion, that different experiences and all that. So I like to be here because it helps me learn and keep myself in touch with the reality that everybody else experiences that is not mine, that is totally unlike mine. I'm never trying to claim that my answers are right. There were some comments that I saw and I'm like, I am mind blown. I never thought that a person could think that, but I respect your opinion. I may not agree with you, and I let you know if I don't agree with you, and I let you know why. Even if I don't agree with you, I'm not telling you that you are wrong. The only comments that may get under my skin a little, and I say under my skin because I wish that people had a better way of expressing their objections, but the ones that get under my skin are the ones that say that I'm wrong. What if you're wrong? What makes you right? What if the information that you have, if you learn it from a source that is not personal experience, what if that information is a lie? How do you know what's true and what's not if you yourself have not seen it, experienced it, or felt it, or heard it? I learned that we're divided on this issue, and it's very sad, but I also understand why these differences exist a little better. I'm not really going to dive into the details of what makes me think this way. I still have a lot more to learn, a lot more research to do, more comments will come in the future. But when I feel more prepared to dissect some comments and let you know exactly the lessons that I learned and the comments that make me find the information better, I'll make a better follow-up video, but for now, I just wanted to take a second to put this out there and express it because I want you guys to know that I am reading everything, thinking critically on it. That's why some of my comments tend to be very lengthy. I don't want to just give you a poor, lazy response because I consider this to be an important thing. At least for now, just know that my views evolve. When it comes to relationships, my opinion is still pretty much the same. To me, those race issues, they're just silly. I always think of myself, I am just as human as everybody else. I have the potential of committing terrible crimes, doing terrible things, destroying things. In the same manner, I have the potential to bring up good people, take care of people, foster, help, feed, build things, create things, improve people's lives. It's your choice to make. What kind of human do you want to be? Don't let the labels from society, the establishments that are currently present, the stereotypes, and whatever skin color it is that you have or you inherited, don't let that define you. Let your actions define you. If someone else does you wrong, that's on them, but don't be the person to give them the means to your destruction. Don't let them have bad things to say about you. Prove them wrong, even though I do not encourage you living this life like you have to prove yourself or prove something. When it comes to interracial issues or mixed person issues, call yourself what you want to call. You know your truth, you know your history, you know your reality. You make that call. What I urge you is to be yourself. If you want to call yourself white and you happen to be mixed, who's like more on the darker side, that's on you. If you want to call yourself black because that's what your physical appearance shows more of, and that's what you feel more comfortable with, and that's the culture that has influenced you the most, you go right ahead and do it. But do it because it's truly what you feel when you search in your soul and in your heart and you feel like that's what defines you the most. But if you want to call yourself both, then do so. I don't see life as a massive competition. I'm not competing against women for males. I'm not competing against people in my job for positions. I'm not competing against females on who looks better or who's in better shape or who's a better mother. We all are unique and have our talents and whatnot, and I encourage each and every one of you to just embrace who you are and what you are. Don't hurt anybody, don't ruin anybody's life. Don't try to implement your views into somebody else's life when they are happy with the way things are. Alright guys, I hope that I expressed sort of well where I'm coming from with the stuff that I learned. Like I said, I didn't say I specifically learned that in the year 1950 this happened to where my opinion was affected in this manner, and that video is for the future. I cannot predict how long it'll take for me to gather the facts to present in a video, but I wanted to make this video to let you know that I am learning. I am so grateful for the opportunity. It is good to meet some of you guys, and I appreciate you guys expressing what it is that you express. Please, it's alright to have differing views, but do not be rude to anybody because I do not tolerate that type of thing, and I do review each comment, and if a comment seems to be disrespectful or abusive, I cannot post it. This is not about attacking people, especially from the comfort and anonymity of the internet. I just want for people to hopefully experience the same thing that I do, which is learn and find this as a very positive experience. I do intend to keep the thread relatively clean. There are some comments that I want to delete just because of one sentence that sounds wrong, but at the same time, the rest of the paragraph was okay, so I decided to roll with it. Anyways, you guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.